Hello again, everyone. Board Game Lawyer here. It is November 17th, 2023, and happy release day. We got a brand new hero released to us today in the game Marvel Champions from Fantasy Flight Games, and that is X-23. And so I thought I already did an unboxing video which showcased all the cards that come in her hero kit, as well as the additional cards that are added to the entire collection. And so now I'm going to do a playthrough video, and I'm going to take on my favorite punching bag, Rhino. I always like to take I've got like maybe 3 villains that I like to take against a brand new hero. And for some reason this evening, I'm just in the mood to play against Rhino. And I'm just going to play Rhino in standard today. So Rhino 1 comes into play with 14 hit points. He has a scheme of 1, an attack of 2, with no text. He's a brute criminal. And so that's our Rhino villain, and his main scheme says to use the contents Rhino 1 and 2, a standard encounter set, and 1 modular encounter set recommended. And I'm going to play with Bomb Scare this evening, just to be boring. I'm going to play with Bomb Scare. So the setup is advanced to stage 1B. 1B reads, the stage is completed, the players lose the game. So it's pretty cut and dry. It threats out at 7, which is a low threat threshold in solo, so that's pretty dangerous with Rhino. That's one way that I mainly lose with Rhino, is him hitting that 7 threshold. All right, so it starts with 0 threat on it at least. Okay, so I'll go ahead and set the main scheme in play. Laura Kinley is our alter ego for X-23, and she reads that she has 3 recovery. Shink, which is a setup, put X-23's claws into play. Let's see what these claws are all about. All right, so here is the upgrade, X-23's claws. It is a permanent upgrade. It says hero action, exhaust X-23's claws, take 2 damage. X-23 gets +2 attack until the end of the round. So what's the story with her taking damage? Well, the living weapon response on her hero side says after X-23 takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. So you can take damage from her upgrade to ready her, and then she's +2 attack until the end of the round. Okay, so that's our hero, X-23, and here's her claws. They're out there on the table. Let me go ahead and shuffle the player deck. I've got all these are basically all the Precon cards. There's only 4 cards that are part of this particular setup that do not get shuffled into the player deck. And it's because there's this new keyword called linked. And cards that are linked to another card in the player deck, they're set aside at the beginning of the game. And we'll just look at those briefly. When I did the unboxing, we looked at them actually quite a bit. So we had Combat Specialist, Defense Specialist, Frontline Specialist, and Surveillance Specialist. And this is kind of a nice way to introduce these linked cards, because it basically just enhances all of the defense, thwart, attack abilities, and gives you extra card draws. So I'm going to set these off to the side. That's part of the setup for X-23 with regards to a player side scheme that's in my deck. And sometimes we'll play it, sometimes we won't, I guess. I don't know. This is the absolute first time that I'm playing with X-23, so I'm not even really sure how how she actually plays yet. Got a pretty good idea as I rolled through, but really whenever you play, that's when you really learn these heroes. I did put the obligation in Rhino's encounter deck. I'll just give it a quick shuffle here just to make sure we're all nice and shuffled up, and we'll begin the game. So we start with a hand size of 6. I didn't look at the hand size for her hero side. It's 5 at least, so that's good. So that's pretty typical. So a hand size of 6 to begin the game. So we've got critical hit, which says play only if there's a side scheme in the victory display. Nothing in the victory display at this point. We got puncture wound, which is an upgrade. It says attached to an enemy, X-23 or honey badger. Let's see, attached to an enemy that X-23 or honey badger attacked this turn. Attached enemy gets -1 attack. After the player phase begins, discard this card and deal 3 damage to an attached enemy. Nice. I like Puncture Wound. We got Richter, who is an ally. Also got Grim Resolve, which is exhaust this card, take 1 damage, generate a wild resource. Good. We also got Now I'm Mad. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. While your hero's remaining hit points are less than half your hero's starting hit points, your hero gets +1 attack and +1 thwart. Okay, so that has to be less than half. So half of 10 would be 5, half of that would be 4. All right, and then the last card that we'll deal is Shatterstar. So obviously I'm not going to be able to play all these cards at the beginning of the turn. So what am I going to mulligan off? So we don't have a player side scheme. We don't have a side scheme in the victory display. So I'm going to mulligan off Critical Hit. I'm going to keep Puncture Wound. Richter. Yeah, I might discard Richter. Grim Resolve, I'll probably hang on to that. Now I'm Mad. Yeah, I'll go ahead and discard that. And then Shatterstar, yeah, I'll discard Shadowstar too. So I'll keep these 2 cards in my hand. Draw 3 more. So we got Claw Mastery, which is an event. Hero action. Until the end of the round, X-23 gets +2 attack and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger is in play. We got Endurance. Good. X-Bunker. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Genius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Genius card would allow us to be able to play that X-Bunker. X-Bunker, exhaust X-Bunker, choose a player whose identity has the mutant trait. That player searches the top X cards of their deck for any card where X is the number of side schemes in the victory display and adds that card to their hand. Well, I didn't get dealt any side schemes here at the beginning of the game. Maybe that will come into play later. Let's see what else I have here that might make sense to play at the beginning of the game. I like Claw Mastery. Max 1 per round. Yeah, let's maybe try to find a way to do that. Grim Resolve, exhaust this card, take 1 damage, generate a wild resource. And Puncture Wound. Attached to an enemy that X-23 or Honey Badger attack this turn. Attached enemy gets -1 attack. I think I want to try to play Punctured Wound. I might try to play Grim Resolve. And I'll probably use these 3 cards to spend to get these other cards on the table, I think. So how about if I shuffle either the Honey Badger or Sisterly Bond from Bond event from your discard pile into your deck. So I didn't mulligan off any of those. All I did was throw off some aggression cards. So yeah, I'm going to flip over to my hero side. Now, Grim Resolve, if I were to spend, say, how about the Genius card? Maybe I'm not going to play X-Bunker. Yeah, I'll spend the X-Bunker to put out Grim Resolve. Now, Grim Resolve says, this is an upgrade, exhaust this card, take 1 damage, generate a wild resource. Okay. And then I'm also going to I'm going to play the event Claw Mastery. Until the end of the round, X-23 gets +2 attack and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger is in play. So let's do this. After she takes any amount of damage, ready her. So we're going to play Claw Mastery, and I'm going to spend, how about Genius to do that? I'm going to spend Genius to play Claw Mastery. Until the end of the round, X-23 gets +2 attack and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger's in play. So she's at 3 right now. Okay, so we're going to do 3 damage with X-23. Or yeah, 3 damage with X-23. Is there a better way to get more damage? Exhaust this card, take 1 damage to generate a wild resource. So I actually have to take 2 damage. I can do damage with Grim Resolve. Just trying to figure out what the best way to do this is. So if I did exhaust X-23 claws, take 2 damage, because I'll be able to heal up, or I'll be able to ready myself by taking damage from the Grim Resolve. So I spent, let's see, so far I have spent 1 resource, the X bunker, to put out the Grim Resolve. I spent the Genius card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. The Genius card to play Claw Mastery until the end of the round. X-23 gets +2 attack and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger's in play. So she's going to be +2. And then I'm going to exhaust the X-23 claws, which says exhaust 23 X-23 claws and take 2 damage. And I get another +2 until the end of the round. And these are both till the end of the round. So I'll take 2 damage onto X-23. So now she's up to 5. So we'll do 5 damage into Rhino, which knocks him down to 9. Hope I'm doing that right. Okay. And so Cloud Mastery is still until the end of the round. Now we're going to take another damage. Oh no. Let's see. This card here says Puncture Wound. Attached to an enemy that X-23 or Honey Badger attack this turn. Attached enemy gets -1 attack. After the player phase begins, discard this card and deal 3 damage to that enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and put that upgrade on the Rhino now that we attacked him. And then we're going to exhaust this card, take 1 damage to generate a wild resource. So the wild resource is going to be used. We're going to take 1 damage to generate the wild resource. Now when I take damage, which is the response here, after X-23 takes any amount of damage, ready X-23, so we're going to ready her up. We do got to take 1 for this Grim Resolve, but we're going to go ahead and put out Endurance, which gives me +3 hit points, so that puts me all the way back up to 10. So I'm basically back to full strength. And we'll just set the Endurance over here. And then we're going to do 5 more damage with X-23, which is going to take Rhino all the way down to, let's see, we hit him for 5. He started out at 14, so we hit him for 5, which took him down to 9. We're going to hit him for another 5, which takes him down to 4. That's the end of X-23's turn. So I'm going to draw up my hand size and ready all my cards. So my hand size now is 5. So I get Regenerative, Longevity, heal a total of 4 damage from your identity and Honey Badger. I've got Pain Tolerance. After you play X-23 card, including this one, heal 1 damage from your identity. Okay, we got the Direct Approach. We got Critical Hit. Still no side schemes in the side. And there's Endurance. We can only have 1 per player, so that's most likely going to be a resource that we use on our next turn. Okay, we place 1 threat on the break-in. After the break-in happens, Rhino is going to attack X-23, but he's going to be -1 attack because of this Puncture Wound that we put onto his hide. So he's going to attack us for 2. And now this says, after X-23 takes any amount of damage, ready X-23, limit once per phase. So he's going to attack us actually for only 1. If I defend, the likelihood of me being able to ready, because there's low boost in this Rhino deck, so I don't think I'm going to defend it because he's -1 as it stands. So we'll go ahead and draw that card. So it's a 0 anyway. So he's only going to hit me for 1. So yeah, that was probably the right decision not to exhaust myself, because now I can use that attack on my turn. Okay. Now the encounter card is going to read, and it's this, the Assault. It says, when revealed, alter ego, when revealed, we're more concerned about the hero. The villain attacks you, so he's going to attack us for 1, plus another card, which is a 1, so he's only going to hit us for 2. So again, it's probably a good idea that I didn't block that. So that's going to end Rhino's turn. So now this goes off. It says attach to the enemy. Attached enemy gets -1 attack. Force response after the player phase begins, which is where we're at now. Discard this card and deal 3 damage to the attached enemy. So Rhino's going to take 3 damage now, which brings him all the way down to 1. Love it. All right. Let's see what I can do. So I got Regenerative Longevity. Heal a total of 4 damage from your identity and Honey Badger. I've got Pain Tolerance. After you play an X-23 card, including this one, heal 1 damage from your identity. So, yeah, I like this. I like what I'm seeing here. So,
I don't know that one.
Well, Alexa, just stay asleep. All right, so there's no side scheme in the victory display. Endurance is a dead card too because I've already got one out on the table. The direct approach says attached to a non-permanent side scheme, so there's nothing like that on the table either. So it looks like Pain Tolerance and Regenerative Longevity will be the 2 cards I'll be playing. So how about Pain Tolerance? Yeah, we're going to spend Endurance and Critical Hit to play the Pain Tolerance. After you play an X-23 card, including this one, heal 1 damage from your identity. So X-23 is going to go up to 8. How about I exhaust X-23's Claw? No? Do I want to do that now? Thwart of 2. Thwart of 2. If I exhaust to do damage of 1 on the Rhino, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to exhaust X-23. She's going to do 1 damage to Rhino. Right? So that's going to take Rhino all the way down to 0. So Rhino 2 flips out. He's got 15 hit points. So we'll go ahead and add that 15 hit points onto Rhino. Okay, then it says, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for breaking and taking side scheme, reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck. Let me go find that. Here. Break in. And we're doing some take in. There it is. Break in and taken. We'll be able to place 1 additional threat here. So we're going to put 3 threat on the break in and taken side scheme. There's my 3 on breaking and taken. Okay, did I play? All right, so I did. So if I play Regenerative Longevity, I can heal a total of 4 damage from your identity and Honey Badger. Keep in mind we got Pain Tolerance too. Whenever I play Regenerative Longevity, I'll get to heal for 1 more. So X-23 is going to exhaust to do 2 damage to X-23. Okay? And then she's readied, and she's +2. So I can exhaust her to do 3 damage to Rhino, which drops him down to 12. Regenerative Longevity. Heal a total of 4 damage from your identity and Honey Badger. There we go. So I'll spin the direct approach. Pain Tolerance gives us 1 more health. Then 4 more puts us up to 11. So we're now still above our beginning hit points. And I didn't need to do the Grim Resolve to get the extra resource. So I'm just going to end my turn, draw up my hand size of 5, and got Boom Boom, Claw Mastery, Light Claw Mastery, Moment of Triumph. I've got Critical Hit, and one more. Now I'm mad. While your hero remaining hit points are less than half your hero's starting hit points, +1 attack. So, okay, we got some good stuff we could do on our turn. All right, so we're going to place 1 threat on break-in. Rhino's going to attack us pretty good this time. He's going to hit us for 3. So I know I'm going to take damage. After X-23 takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. So I'm going to defend this attack. So he's going to attack me for 3. 4, 5. -2 is 3. 1, 2, 3. So now she's down to 8. I can see where X-23 would be a good defense character too. So we're going to ready her based upon her response. She took damage. Okay, now I got to deal myself 2 encounter cards. So here's the first one, and here's the second one. We'll do them in order. And the first one is an explosion. If Bomb Scare is in play, assign X damage among heroes and allies, where X is the number of threat on Bomb Scare. If Bomb Scare is not in play, this card gains Surge. I don't see Bomb Scare on the table. I did actually have this go off once recently, and I think it's the first time that it ever went off in like the 3 years I've been playing this game. So that was pretty exciting. But not today. No explosion today. So it's just simply going to surge into another card, which is this one right here. Let me make sure I don't have any defense cards or any way to cancel any kind of thing. Yeah. Don't. Nope. So, all right. So here we go with this one, which is a false alarm. You are confused. If you're already confused, this card gains Surge. Not confused, but we are now. And I got some of these awesome tokens here, so I'm just going to note that she is confused now. I'm putting that token right there. And where did I get the tokens from? Buy the same token. I got them out of England. These were sent to me. I love these little tokens here. I could see a lot more of the card rather than covering it up with the big confusion card. I can still see my artwork. And I am confused, so it's good to put it on the text there just as a reminder. All right, so the last encounter card is the Hydra Mercenary, who is a guard. While this minion is engaged with you, you cannot attack the villain. Of course, you can't attack the villain. Why would I want to end the game so soon? All right, let's see what we got here. All right, if I, on my turn, exhaust the X-23 claws, I'll take 2 damage, but I'll be +2, which will allow me to knock out the Hydra Mercenary. How about pain tolerance? So I got Claw Mastery. It says until the end of the round, X-23 gets +2 attack and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger's in play. So that's nice. I can also spend, use Critical Hit, Moment of Triumph. After you attack and defeat an enemy, heal 1 damage from your hero for each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by that attack. So good. If we play the Claw Mastery then, if I play Claw Mastery, I'm +2 attack, and her attacks gain overkill. No Honey Badger yet. I haven't seen Honey Badger, unfortunately. But how about this? How about we exhaust X-23's claws? So now I'm +3. I gotta take 2 damage for that. Hopefully I did that before. Did I take 2 damage before? I don't remember. Oh well, first time through. If I messed up, please let me know in the comments down below. So 2 damage because of X-23's claws. And then I'm going to take 1 more damage. No, I'm not. I'm going to pay for this card using... how about Critical Hit? Critical Hit, I'm going to play Claw Mastery. Until the end of the round, X-23 gets +2 attack, and her attacks gain overkill while Honey Badger's in play. So now she's 5. And I'm playing Claw Mastery, and I have pain tolerance on the table, so I do heal for 1. So now X-23 is 5 attack. So she's going to attack the Hydra Mercenary for 5. I'm going to hit it for an additional 2. So the moment of triumph says, after you attack and defeat an enemy, heal 1 damage from your hero for each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by that attack. So X-23 hits him for 5. That's 2 additional damage. So I get to heal up to 9 on X-23. And then I don't have enough to play Boom Boom, unfortunately. After you play an X-23 card... Okay, so... No, I messed that up, and I can't ready myself either. I miscalculated, thinking that I had enough resources to play Boom Boom, but I don't. The only thing would be, like, if I don't actually play this card to heal for 2, which I can go ahead and pull that back. So I'm going to go back to 6, or 7. I'm going to go back to 7. I'm not going to play Moment of Triumph, hero response after you attack and defeat an enemy, so yeah, that was probably just a waste. But now what I can do is I can spend 1 resource on the Grim Resolve to do a damage to X-23. When she's damaged now, I haven't readied yet this turn, so now she's upright. She's still +3, but I can use that resource, Now I'm Mad, and the Moment of Triumph to put out Boom Boom. And Boom Boom, I can remove a threat from Breaking and Taken, remove 2 more threat with X-23. Advantage is that I don't have to draw that additional encounter card now. So, yeah, I think that was a better way to go. I'm not doing damage to plus 5 damage on the Rhino, but we are getting rid of the Breaking and Taken side screen. And I like that. So, still only 2 on the break-in. So we're going to ready everything up and draw my hand size of... Oh, no, I was confused, so I can't do that. Can't do it. Can't defeat it. So, yeah, I'm glad I caught that. That confused. So I'd have to clear the confuse in order to get rid of the break-in and take-in. So rather than use Boom Boom for her intent and purpose, I'm going to exhaust Boom Boom, add 1 Boom Boom counter to her. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Put a Boom Boom counter on her. And then she's going to have a Boom Boom. And then X-23 is just going to... Okay, so that's the way to go. I'm 5 damage. How often is that going to happen, right? Then I'm going to be 5 damage. And we're going to leave Breaking and Taking on the table. I got that confused. That's the only downside about the small token, is that sometimes my old eyes miss that. All right, so Boom Boom's ready. Resolve. Ready. X-23. Yep, that's where we're at. Okay. So, drawing up cards. 5 of them. I got Animal Instinct. When X-23 makes a basic thwart, she gets plus thwart. Here's the Honey Badger finally. It says, after Honey Badger takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. IPAC. I've got Keep Them Busy. Player to defeat this scheme removes 5 threat from the main scheme. And Sisterly Bond. When Honey Badger thwarts or attacks, add X-23's matching power to Honey Badger's power for this use. Okay. That's pretty good. Yep, like it. And can we get out of this game? I don't know. Placing 1 threat onto the break-in. I can defend with X-23. She will take damage. So we know she could be readied. But she does take a lot of damage. And I deal myself 2 encounter cards. So a couple of attacks, which Rhino likes to attack, could do me in. Defend. Card. 0. And it's an assault. So we got one of these assaults out of the way. That's nice. So he attacks for 3. Minus 2 is 1. And then she's allowed to ready. That was probably the best possible scenario right there. All right, so the 2 encounter cards. Here's the first one. Here's the second one. First one reads, Hydra Bomber, when revealed, choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. 2 damage or 1 threat on the main scheme. I think I'm going to place 1 threat on the main scheme. That could be dangerous. If I get an advance, and every time I say advance, it comes up. Anyway, we got the Hydra Bomber out, and here's a card. Oh boy. Okay, so Rhino's going to scheme for 1 plus 1 adds 2 threat. Oh boy, the excitement of that. There we go. That was a close one. Advance. All right. So what can we do with the Honey Badger? Honey Badger says, after Honey Badger takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. That could also be consequential damage. Let's see what we got here. Animal Instinct, I-Pack, keep them busy, Sisterly Bond. It's an event when Honey Badger thwarts or attacks, add X-23's matching power to Honey Badger's power for this use. Honey Badger comes out for 2. So keep them busy is going to be one resource that we use to pay for her. I-Pack is going to be the other one that we use to pay for her. X-23's Claws. Oh, and then, okay, after you play an X-23 card, including this one, heal 1 damage from your identity. So here we go. Up to 6 because of Honey Badger. After Honey Badger takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. So X-23 is going to exhaust their claws to be +2, do 2 damage to X-23. Honey Badger now is going to, we're going to do Sisterly Bond. When Honey Badger thwarts or attacks, add X-23's matching power to Honey Badger's power for this use. So she's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Honey Badger is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I probably should have exhausted X-23 first. After Honey Badger takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. Because she's going to take consequential damage and I can ready her. But the advantage is that Rhino's all the way down to 3 already, so it's not that's kind of moot. So yeah, we're going to exhaust X-23 to do the final 3 damage to Rhino and defeat our punching bag Rhino. He is done. All right. So what do I think about X-23? Extremely fun. Just the Precon deck was a lot of fun on X-23. That got really tense there with that advance there, which it always does. This is my bane in the game, is advance. That about sent it over the edge. That was really close. I picked the wrong thing for Hydra Bomber, that's for sure. Take 2 damage, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So yeah, that was, turn the TV off. I don't know why it popped on. Okay, Hydra Bomber. Endurance was great because it allowed us to stay healthy. Pain tolerance, the card that I didn't play, when X-23 makes a basic thwart, she gets +X thwart for this thwart where X is equal to her attack. Didn't get to play that. Some of the other cards I didn't see. I did use Moment of Triumph. I tried to. I think I tried to. Sisterhood, Claw Mastery, Puncture Wound. We used one of those. Double Resources. Didn't see many of those. Adamantium Lacing. Adamantium Lacing. You get +2 hit points. X-23 gains Retaliate, and her basic attacks gain Piercing. That, along with those claws, she can get a tremendous amount of attack off on a turn. And then the ability to ready. After X-23 takes any amount of damage, ready X-23. So plus damage attack till the end of the turn, plus the ability to ready. Yeah, I'm going to say that X-23 is going to be one of my favorite heroes in this entire wave of X so far. So I'm interested to try to build some other things with her. We'll just see how that works out. So I was really excited. I was able to play with the brand new stuff on the day of release. I feel like I'm right alongside with everybody else. Some of my friends were showing me pictures of their spoils today as they went to their game, the brick and mortar stores, and picked up Marvel Champions. I unfortunately don't have that luxury here where I live. I don't have a game store nearby that gets items timely like that, so I had to pick up mine online. I always encourage a brick and mortar store, and this is actually a brick and mortar store in addition to an online store, the Griffons Lair. I ordered my cards in advance, and I got them today, which is the day of release. So always excited to see that. If you watch my channel, there is a coupon code that I'll include in the comments down below on this, or in the notes down below, where you can get 15% off of your purchases from the Griffons Lair if you're interested in picking up some Marvel Champions. They also specialize in miniatures. If you play miniatures, that's a good place to pick them up as well. They have a very nice community there. And if you live in the Pennsylvania area, Erie or Pittsburgh, stop in and see them. They have regular gaming sessions at their store, I noticed online. I hope to make it out to Pennsylvania someday and to visit those stores live in the flesh. But really nice people to deal with, super professional, got me my cards the day of release, so how can I go wrong there? So anyway, I always like to give them a little plug when I like to plug folks that do good things, and that certainly was nice of them to get this to me in time this time. So yeah. So anyhow, next up on the agenda is going to be Mr. Deadpool here. So I'll be doing an unboxing of Deadpool as well and see what's all inside of there. 78 cards in this hero pack. So it's got additional cards. We know that there's a new aspect, the pool aspect, so I'm interested in seeing how this Deadpool plays. But for now, this was X-23. There she is. Fun hero to play with. Now, I generally do pretty good against Rhino. I've got a ton of games logged with Rhino, so I kind of know his ins and outs. Be interested to see how she holds up against some other villains in the game. And I guess we'll find that out as the days roll by. But anyway, I'm the Board Game Lawyer. You can catch me here on YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch. I do live plays on Twitch over there, Board Game Lawyer. And you can also find me on Discord, BGL or Board Game Lawyer. And you can find me on Facebook. If you have any questions or concerns, if you saw anything that I could have done differently in this game, or if you saw a rule that I messed up, this is the first time I've ever played with these cards, so I may have done something that wasn't optimal, likely, or I may have messed up a rule, misunderstood a rule, missed some text on a card. Never hurts my feelings to point this out in the comments down below. That way I learn, and people who watch my videos learn as well. So, again, enjoy this release weekend, everybody. Hopefully you're able to get your product as well. Let me know what you think about X-23 in the comments down below. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll get you another video out here again real soon. Take care, friends.